It's time. Second bike packing trip of the season is going down. Little backyard Sierra trip this weekend. Normally I do a video just kind of like after or before showing you everything I packed, and then that's kind of it. This time I thought I would show you kind of how I pack and getting the bike set up. I know it looks like it's pretty much ready to go, but it's not. I got a few things I got to do. I need to put, obviously, dirt tires on. I need to get the rear bag on. I got a new bag I'm super excited for. I got this new bag. I want to get that put on, and then just loading everything up. So I thought it'd be pretty cool just to kind of show you guys all that. And I leave today. Yeah, let's get into it. Wheels, I suppose that's a good place to start. It's gonna be a mixed surface, kind of gravelly bike pack trip. So taking the 2.2 Race Kings, which work perfect out here. There is quite a bit of road still, because we're basically going from one mountain range to another, but you definitely don't want to ride anything less than that out on our gravel because of how rough it is. Being that this is my new bike, my last bike packing trip was on the old bike, I did have to buy a different adapter from tailfin for the UDH. I have a clip of that. If it is in focus, I will throw that in. So first thing I need to do is see if the tailfin through axle, which holds my rear bags, will fit. I did have to buy a new adapter. This one was UDH. This one is transmission, which is still UDH, but works with the transmission that I have on there. This is the old one, which was just UDH, and this is the new one. This one's for transmission. So yeah, they are different. And it's a good thing I actually bought that. Now to do my favorite thing, not really. Take apart something I don't understand fully. Jeez, criminy. All right. 10 minutes into the video, struggling to replace one single piece. A little bit different, hard to tell, but they look similar. I mean, really what it comes down to is, there you go, the size of the hole. Yeah, size of the hole, so that way the through axle can screw into it, because the through axle, I guess, has larger threads than normal. I don't know anything, but whatever. All right, now the crappy thing is you kind of need to roll around with this adapter. If something goes wrong and you need to undo the bolt for this system, so if you have something that goes wrong with your derailleur, you got to have this bolt. So note to self, put it in a little baggie and take it in one of the bags, probably the tool bag. Now that that's done, the through axle should fit, which it does. So I can go ahead and put the wheel back on. So the new bike is set up for my tailfin. All I had to do was just throw on the new adapter, which was taking off the transmission and popping in the new little screw piece. I mean, the good thing is this bike is absolutely filthy, so don't need to worry about that. The last bike packing trip, the Salton Sea, I was running the Rene Hurst 44 Snoqualmie Pass, which is their like slick tire, in the standard casing. I would like to find another trip to do on the 44s again with these ones. These are the extra light casing, just to see how it compares. Okay, one wheel off, one wheel on. And now the camera's too high. Sorry folks, Still working, learning the new space. Still learning the new space and all that fun stuff. All right. I do think I need to adjust the shifting though. For whatever reason, it seemed like when I put the new bolt in for this tail fin that the shifting ended up getting off. So I don't know if it just sits a little bit different or what, but let's find out, shall we? Yeah, there it is. Where do you need to go? Okay, shifting is done, front wheel is done. I mean, rear wheel. I know what wheel is what, I promise. Also, a few videos back, if you watched, my exposure light came off. I did get a new mount for that, so I'll show you that. However, it did kind of come apart, so I rebuilt it again. If I was a smart man, I would be also doing my brakes, because my brake pads are probably pretty close to needing to be replaced. But we don't have time for that, so we make do. So here's what I did. This is the new mount here. Instead of having a computer mount and then the light attached GoPro underneath the computer mount, which is what broke, was the computer mount. Now it just bolts straight in to the faceplate, and this is the actual piece, and I have an extension. So this piece actually came loose because there's a bolt underneath. So I got a longer bolt, put that nut on top, and hopefully that helps. But yeah, so yeah, that's the new light mount. Hopefully it holds up better. All right, wheels done. And I guess since I have the wheels on, I'm gonna go ahead and top off sealant. Just because I have not been running these a lot, and I'd rather have extra sealant in there for this trip, and it makes more sense to do it before I throw on the bags. So hold. All right, sealant time. I need to charge the pump. Charged everything last night, but the pump. Probably should definitely do that. Good news is there's not a lot of air in here already. This garage is a hot mess just because of all the stuff that I'm trying to pack in, get ready to go. Should be fun though. We're gonna leave tonight around like, I think 4 or 5 o'clock. So some night riding. When we get to camp, I'm guessing maybe, if all goes well, 10 o'clock. Front wheel sealant, check. This will be the first bike packing trip though on these Superteam wheels. I've been happy with them so far. I've thrown them down a bunch of stuff and they seem to be holding up. It's gonna be fun to see how they do loaded in for a couple day trip out in some rugged stuff. But so far I've been pretty happy with these Superteam wheels. I do have an affiliate link in the description below. Per usual, if you guys need any new wheels, they got some good options on there. Not bad for Chinese stuff. All right. Okay. Of course I made a mess on that one. Found it. And because everybody's gonna ask, because it's such a hot topic nowadays, I am gonna run 26 in the front and 25 in the rear for the gravel riding that we have out here. I'd probably be running 20, but being that it's gonna be loaded, I would like a little bit more air. I can adjust when we get out there if I need to though. And this setup that I'm going to be running for this little trip is actually kind of a trial test, you know. I might be running this similar setup for a much bigger trip in July, and maybe a little bit stripped down version in October's trip. But yeah, so just want to take the opportunity, being close to home, try everything out, see what I like, I don't like, and then adjust from there. And I know you guys are all gonna laugh at me because I put this fork on here and still am not using it. But I love that fork. I would, even if I wasn't gonna use the fork, I would definitely change it out again. I've been so happy with this fork compared to the Lauf fork. Okay, we've got sealant, tire pressure, check and check. I guess get the bags all put on. Yeah, let's get the bags put on. I do have some stuff in some of them, which I'll take out. I was just kind of playing around with where I want to put things this time. When I start loading it up, I'll tell you everything that I'm putting in them so you guys know. Bags I am using this trip on the rear are the tailfin original Aero Pack. What is that, like 20 or 22 liters? The 16 liter, I believe it's a 16 liter side pannier. It's already attached on there. So that's my rear system. And I'll show you the new one that I got also. I really love the tailfin system. It's just simple. It's not cheap, yes, I know, but the way it mounts on here, quick and easy, locks in, just can't go wrong. Okay, got a side pannier, my Aero Pack. My frame bag is my custom-made Rogue Panda. You've guys seen this before. I run a 3-liter bladder down at the bottom. I've got storage up here, and I've got storage on the other side. This is my race restrap in the medium size. I've ranted and raved about that thing for a long time. The newest bag, let me empty it first because, you know. So the newest bag I have is another restrap brand. It is the Restrap Aero bag. And all it is a harness and a dry bag. The dry bag is 7 liters, and then you have the harness, and the dry bag slides into the harness. What's cool about this is it's for your aero bars, your cheater sticks. So these guys, if you can tell or not, but so it just attaches underneath the aero bars. I've wanted this for a long time, even though I didn't have aero bars. I've just thought this was just a rad bag, good way to maximize some unused space. Yeah, you could obviously do a handlebar bag, but I like this design, and the size of it's actually really good. So it just clips on with these 4 like fast straps. And the other cool feature, if you don't have a bunch of things up here obviously, is it's got some elastic straps, so you can literally strap something down on top of it too. I pulled one of the straps out, of course. I didn't notice this, but it does have like a couple different spots where you can mount. I don't know if you can tell or not, but essentially, now that it's on there, the dry bag just slides right inside. There's a buckle that goes around, done deal. That's all my bags. So let's start putting things in the bags, huh? We'll start with this bag since we got it already out. I am gonna take a tent on this trip. It's gonna be a little bit chilly the first night, so I just figured might as well take a tent. just for the added warmth. It's supposed to get down to like 40s. So taking a tent. And the tent is the Nature Hike 2-Up, which I've told you before. New for this trip is the Alp Kit Cloud Base, my sleeping mat. A lot smaller. Don't need to take that. So I upgraded that. I'm just gonna slide this in there. And then Nemo Filio Elite pillow. If I were to probably redo the tent, it might fit better, but it's just a little tight. And I'm wondering if I just stuff the tent in there, if it would be better. So taking the tent out of the little bag it came in, stuff's better. So I just stuffed it in. It seems to work better that way. A little bit of finagling, but there you go. So tent, sleeping mat, pillow. And then there's a little strap. Now obviously I'm overstuffing this, so if I were to put something smaller in here, like quick access clothes or whatever, it'd probably work out a lot better. Yeah, there you go. The nice thing is I got a suspension stem, so with the weight, it'll actually add a little bit more flex to the suspension stem. So I changed the elastomers to a little bit stiffer one, not all the way stiff, just like in the middle ground. Because normally on gravel I'd run a lot less stiff elastomers, but with this it's gonna add a little bit of weight and a little bit of flex. But yeah, super nice bag, like it don't move anywhere. So, all right, that's tent, sleeping mat, and pillow. Next, which is nice because normally I have all my weight back here. I tried the last trip running something on the fork, and a lot of weight does get put on with the aero bars, but now we got this. So I have some of the weight pulled off the back, put up front. Obviously I got weight for the middle, so it's a little bit better weight distributed than last time. Okay, next, let's go ahead and get this cleaned out. I have this just kind of a hot mess right now, but I'll show you what's going in here. Like I said, 3-liter bladder will go down there. Tent poles. Tent poles are gonna go in this top bag here. And then we've got chamois cream, sunscreen, sunglasses wipe, and then just snacks. Easy to access snacks. In the top up here, I have GoPro batteries, extra SRAM battery, things like that, and just more snacks. Easy access. Taking a water filtration system this time. So I've been trying to figure out this one, what to do. Do I want the sleeping bag in top or on the side? I think I'm gonna do sleeping bag on the side and clothes. So for this trip, unfortunately, it's gonna be on the colder side in the 40s, low 40s. So I'm taking the Rab Ascent 1100, which is a minus 15 degree bag. I sleep really cold. So this acts honestly more like a 0 degree for me. Downside to this is, yes, it is bulky, but it is warm. So we are just gonna stuff this thing back here, and I'm just gonna make my life a little bit easier. Just pull the bag off. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not like a 50 degree bag where it packs down relatively small. It's quite large. Now the nice thing is I still have enough room for some cold weather things. In the rear, I'm just probably gonna do food, stove, kitchen stuff, clothes in that one. So I got a little dry bag. So in this bag, this little dry bag, I'm gonna do just some essentials. Wipes, refreshing yourself at the end of the day. I've got toothpaste, toothbrush, and ear swabs. I am also taking CBD cream this trip for my knees. Been having, I got old lady knees, let's just put it that way. And earplugs. Normally I'm pretty good about sounds, but I've been having a hard time sleeping this week, so if I can just drown out any little rustling noise or anything in the woods, that should just help me sleep a little bit more. I'll throw a beanie over my eyes so I don't have to worry about seeing. Almost forgot the most important one. This is just toilet paper and extra bags for the used paper. Okay, kitchen. So kitchen, I've got a pot and a little stove. Packs into each other, lighter in there. So basically my cookware and stove. Taking 2 cans of gas because one feels low. I'm just not sure how low to be safe. Travel mug for tea. I've got dish soap and a sponge. I haven't quite figured out all my food yet, but so far 2 bags of ramen. And then just some little things like emergency tea, things like that. Clothes wise, end of the day, I have long johns, pair of swimming trunks, another pair of long johns, just a top, which also can serve as a warm layer on the bike, being merino wool, thermal socks, and then Patagucci hooded jacket, puffy jacket. And the things that I'm leaving on top are just gonna be easy access. So leg warmers, because if it gets too cold before we get to camp, I wanna have this out and ready to go. Arm warmers. I've got 2 different beanies, neck buff, and 2 pairs of gloves. Regular kind of just somewhat warm gloves and a pair of waterproof neoprene gloves that keep you really warm. And then I'll have riding gloves as well. Boom, side pannier, ready to go. I had to split up the bag a little bit, but it's all good. Okay, let's flip this bike around and I'll show you the other side. So in this side, I am taking a headlamp, which I'll put on this back side just so it's easy access. I do have an extra headlamp, which I'll throw back there, just let it float around. I need to install my pump again. So on this side, just quick little grab things. Dynaplug, battery banks, a Leatherman, and a multi-tool will go on that side. Just things that I want quick access to. I'll put my cables in here as well, so if I need to charge anything, I can. Back here, I've got my little tail light, taking an extra backup light, rear light. I know you don't need them out in the woods, but it is a holiday weekend. Also taking a extra headlamp, extra front light. All right, here's where we're at. Yeah, I had to go buy a spork because I cannot find mine. So, got that, and I got the rest of my meals, so that's all done. I've got bagels, got this little instant cinnamon oats. I've got 3 things of ramen and then a bag of rice, like chicken flavored fried rice for one night. And then when I need to do the ramen, I normally do the ramen with just some protein. And don't forget the dope. Kidding. Just tomorrow's carb mix. And last minute items, t-shirt, which will double up as if I feel like riding with just a regular shirt and not my jersey, I can use that. Packable towel and a super lightweight pair of pants, just if I need something a little bit more comfortable. And for this trip, I normally would take sandals, but I'm gonna try these out this time. Just a lightweight trainer, some trail running shoes that I have. And this is why I use ski straps. So you can really tighten down those last few things that you might have on the outside. And there we have it. Pretty much all packed up. The last couple things I need to do is attach the bike pump and change out the power meter battery. Any guesses what it weighs without a bladder? £58 bike without a bladder, so it's probably like 60 something. That's it. I think she's packed, ready to go. We got the tube, the pump on there. We got the new power meter battery. We got sealant in the tires. We got the tires on. We got the bags packed. Probably should take it around the block and make sure it all works right. Take it outside and show y'all. Yeah, I think it came out pretty good. So all that's left is to throw in my 3-liter bladder, obviously. I've got a GoPro up here. I'll have one on my side. I got that suspension stem ready to go. Yeah, packed, ready. Should be a good time. Well, the only thing left is to go take this 60-pound bike through the woods, see what happens. Should be a good time. There'll be a whole bike packing video from that, but I thought this would be fun just to kind of show you guys how I set up, what I do before a trip, and instead of doing a whole breakdown. If you guys got any questions about the bike or the bags or the setup I got going, drop a question down below in the comments. It's a work in progress, still trying to figure out where I can save some weight and things like that, you know, but yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap and go ride through the night. I'll see y'all in the next one.